With only 4 games to go and temperatures outside still sky high, playoff races are heating up as well. Today, the top 2 teams in the South Division enter the eye in South Florida, with both sides seeking to improve their postseason positions. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Alongside producer extraordinaire Chairman Irvine, our statistician Dwayne Schindler, and my partner Mark Lopez, I'm Tim Hackett. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by 8 p.m. Music live on Twitch. Happy to have you with us. This is a big-time battle in the South Division, Mark. Florida's trying to keep the line moving and stay in first place, while Charleston is in search of what would be a statement win.
Absolutely, Mike or Tim. We're looking for these 2 teams on one end. The main story of this game, the main storyline will be Charleston facing their first team that is over 500 or over 50% this season after 8 weeks. Definitely going to be a statement win, as you said. Some key points to victories for these teams. For Florida, it's got to be leaning on their run game, leaning on their strength, that is their run game. They've been doing well on that, supplementing their run game with their passing game as well. Their X factor is Alex Dominguez on their defensive front 4. For Charleston, it has to be their defense. They have to win with their defense. They're number 1 in scoring points allowed. In addition to that is their time of possession battles. That is one thing that they have excelled in this season, and we look forward to what they have to put on the table.
The Charleston defense has carried them all season long. One of the best defensive units in the league, but the Predators on the road will start with the ball. Florida wearing what they call their red alert uniforms. Red tops, red bottoms. Charleston on the road, white tops, black bottoms. A South Division showcase, 6-2 Florida against 5-3 Charleston. Winner moves to top spot in the South Division with only 3 games to go. We're underway from the eye. Deep kickoff from Ethan Sneed, fielded in the end zone by Jay Taylor, and he gets out to the 21-yard line and no further. Let's introduce you to the Charleston offense. Brand new coaching staff, brand new ownership group for the Predators in the offseason, but they return almost everybody on both sides of the ball from a season ago. Quarterback TD Drew, running back Keith Swearingen, they're playing together for the Predators for the 6th straight year. Fullback Terrell Sutherland, wide receivers Buchanan Simons, Ken McCarro, and Jay Taylor. Rest of the offense coming up after this. From the I formation, the 6th-year veteran southpaw TD Drew will throw. Deep pass right seam intended for Simons, and it's knocked away incomplete. First play from scrimmage, Mark. This is the MO of the Charleston offense. Deep threat passing attempts for Buchanan Simons.
Yep, and his favorite target, Buchanan Simons. We've seen Buchanan Simons excel when he has been thrown to. He is the leading receiver with the most yards in this team, so it's no surprise that they go to him for the first play of the game.
Rest of the offense for Charleston and head coach Jacob Clear, tight end Lyric Da Vinci, offensive guard Fred Dukes, and the kicker Brad Breckett. Second down, they'll go on the ground to Keith Swearingen. Step back move, spin move from Swearingen. Accelerates out to midfield, breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races. No one's going to catch him on the second play from scrimmage. Keith Swearingen has a 79-yard touchdown run. What a way to start on the road.
That is crazy. That is impressive from Keith Swearingen. He doesn't have a lot of touchdowns this season. Currently running with 5 touchdowns in 8 games, but coming out very strong in this one, Tim. And it looks like they are all guns a-blazing versus this Planet Florida team.
What a play from Swearingen. Like you said, Mark, this guy has been one of the better running backs in the league for his first 6 seasons. It has been a down year for him, to say the least. He averages less than 3.5 yards per carry and only 5 rushing touchdowns through 8 games, like you said. He breaks off a 69-yard rush, his longest of the season. That puts him, 69 yards, his longest of the season, and that brings him up over 700 yards on the season. And Charleston strikes first on the road. What a start. You couldn't ask for anything better.
I know, and it's interesting because one of the key victories that I pointed out was time of possession. This team has been very good with time of possession this season, but it looks like scoring quick was what they were able to achieve in their first ever drive.
79-yard touchdown there for Swearingen. My apologies, but this case remains. What a start for Charleston. Florida has historically had an elite defense. That is one of the reasons why they won 3 straight SFL championships now a half dozen seasons ago. And their defense has been solid this season, but not great. 6th most yards per game, better than 400 on average this season, the Florida defense, and they get gashed for a 79-yard score on the ground. That's crazy. And Charleston with the lead on the road. We mentioned this Charleston team, they're 5-3, firmly in the playoffs right now with 4 total weeks to go, counting this. But they have not played a team as good and as successful as Florida to this point in the season. Can the Preds pick up a statement win on the road? Ron Cochran will throw his first play on offense. He'll check it down to Charlie Boletsky, a name we expect to hear a lot of today, Mark, and a gain of 2 through the air for the Storm.
Absolutely. Beletsky heavily used in this offense, whether it be the rushing game or the passing game. He's going to be pivotal with the few rushes he will get. Not the most amount of carries in the season, but he makes the most out of it. A lot of yards per carry, 5.9, good for 4th best.
Completely different season for Boletsky than it has been for Swearingen. On the ground, here is Charlie Boletsky, and he picks up 4 up the middle. Let's introduce you to the Florida offense. The veteran quarterback, 9th season in the league, Ron Cochran. Charlie Boletsky, 2nd-year man, is the tailback. Wide receivers, Stephen Bush, E.J. Minson, and Justice Blackwell. A pair of tight ends, Varadin Zarkov and Paulie Truth. The offensive line is anchored by Joseph Wade and Greg McDonaldson, and Ethan Sneed does the kicking as he has done for the last 4 seasons. 3rd and 4, they'll give to the up back. Boletsky spins, and he gets the first down. Power run that time from the Bullet, just enough to move the sticks.
Interesting that he got that, but that's good for them. That's the reason why you hand him the ball. He's able to get you those first downs, and with that amount of yards per carry, give him the ball twice, and theoretically he should get you the first down every single time.
What a season it's been for the sophomore tailback, Charlie Boletsky. An absolute breakout year for him. Cochran will throw. Boletsky's got it again. 4th straight touch for him, and he picks up 5 through the air. He's used a lot as a pass-catching back, Mark. 7th in the league in receptions. Not 7th among running backs, 7th among all players in receptions with 67 through 8 weeks, and he's already got 2 today.
Absolutely. That was a great run by him, too, after the reception. Despite a busted block, able to pick up 4 yards for his team.
He's been everywhere here on this first drive. Do they go to him again? They sure do. Stretch it outside. Boletsky across midfield, and another nice gain for Boletsky. He has been everywhere. Jack Hoffman, middle linebacker, on the stop, and another first down for Florida.
That was a great block on John Lally, the defensive end of Charleston. He was able to be blocked, and that allowed Boletsky to gain an extra yardage on that play. And great overall scheme, great teamwork, and yeah, just good on Florida.
We mentioned that Charleston has had an elite defense this year, and typically they have in the last few years, despite the coaching changes, ownership changes, personnel changes, whatever. The one thing that has been constant is an elite Charleston defense, but they have been susceptible to good running games this season. Fresh set of downs, Cochran will throw. It's caught by somebody other than Boletsky. Varadin Zarkov, one of the 2 tight ends on this team, hauls it in for a gain of 5.
Despite it being a different receiver, though, Tim, it's a similar play. They love this short passing play. Florida, not a lot of yardage, not a lot of passing yards this season. However, as I said, it supplements the run game. Keep it at 2nd and short, 3rd and short, and get those first down going.
2nd and 5. Florida gets somebody to jump. They'll give it to Boletsky. Not a lot there. They'll probably accept the penalty, I would guess, Mark. And to your point, Ron Cochran averages just 6.6 yards per attempt. Counting the stats from all the games yesterday, that is 4th last in the league. And one of the best quarterbacks in league history has not had a particularly strong season. Talking about Cochran, and they do get somebody to jump. It's Will Hammer, one of the defensive tackles. 3-5 yards for Florida.
That said, that might not be because of a performance, but probably a change in scheme. This is probably what's worked best for them, and that is why Cochran's numbers are lower. But that's not to say he has been bad so far this season.
It's been a step down for him from last year, no question, when he was an Offensive Player of the Year candidate, but he certainly hasn't been bad, that's for sure. 2nd and inches, Boletsky the give, reaches forward, and they rip him down short of the line. What a tackle. 3rd down coming up.
And if we can get a number 49, incredible tackle right there. I believe that might be one of the backup linebackers on that great tackle.
A lot of guys crowding the line. It looked like the lineman had him at first, and then Corey Menner apparently was in the area as well. This Charleston secondary is loaded. 3rd and 1. Cochran has all day, over the middle, complete. First down, all that protection. One of your keys to the game, Mark Lopez. It holds up for Cochran that time. Florida moves the chains again. Paulie Truth, the rookie tight end, makes his 7th catch of the year.
Yep, and now they keep the ball matriculating. Another 3rd down converted by Florida. Charleston, they are now nearing your red zone. How are they going to stop this surging offense?
Florida has struggled on third downs this year, less than 50%. Cochran throws on first
Oh.
down, and they got another first down. A bullet from Cochran to his longtime teammate, Stephen Bush. Their fourth year playing together. It's been a down year for the eighth-year man from Birmingham, but a pickup of 11 for number 11.
Yep, Stephen Bush, although he is their number one scorer with 6 touchdowns, he may not be thrown to a lot, but in the end zone, the closer they are, the bigger he is a target.
Florida in the red zone. Cochran will check it down. This looks familiar. Boletsky spin move, and he's ripped to the ground by Jack Brown, one of the best tacklers in SFL history. Quiet season for him of late. He only had 4 tackles last week, but over 1,000 in his career.
Absolutely great tackler, great defender overall, but you got to give credit to the rest of the secondary as well, not giving Cochran a lot of options downfield into the red zone or into the touchdown zone.
Pass to Bush was the first one caught by a wide receiver in this game. Coming up on 5 minutes, here's Boletsky. First down and more for Charlie Boletsky. He continues to dominate this drive. Zach Lay brings him down in the secondary, and another first down for Florida on their first possession.
And that was an interesting run because it didn't look like the fastest, but it looked like the most patient and calculated I've seen. He just found an open path and just to run through it. And that's his X factor, is that his patience, his ability to find open routes like that. He makes the most out of it. And once again, first down, first and goal.
5th first down pickup on this drive for Florida, including 2 third-down conversions. From the 6, Cochran this way. Boletsky is clobbered. Charleston was all over that one, and a great hit immediately by cornerback Corey Menner.
Yep, not only was it a huge hit, it was also a quick hit, meaning he read that play really well and came to cover that, not allowing any further yardage from the bullet Boletsky.
13 plays on this drive, 8 of which have gone through Charlie Boletsky. Do they go to him again on 2nd and goal? Trips to the top, and Boletsky alone in the backfield. Cochran will go that way. Boletsky spin move, and then he gets plastered again. Jack Brown is ready to make the stop. Boletsky spun around Corey Menner, who's had his number on this drive. Not that time, but Brown keeps him out of the end zone.
And that's what teamwork is for. Jack Brown says, Corey Menner, if you don't make the tackle, I'm right here. I got your back, and he sure did.
Big season for Corey Menner, the third-year corner. 4 tackles for loss and 4 picks. 3rd and goal now from the 3. Deep drop back from Cochran. Fires this way, wide open, touchdown. Veridin Zarkov's got his 4th of the year. A long drive from the Storm, and they cap it off a point after away from a tie.
Miscommunication perhaps, Tim, because that looked like a wide open resulting from probably a busted coverage because 3 other defenders were trailing him. 2 defenders in this replay, but yeah.
Yeah, he was wide open, Mark. Definitely some busted coverage as Zarkov tried to cut in and then cut out. Nobody was able to follow him. 4th touchdown of the year for the 3rd-year tight end, who is on his way to a career season. If what he's doing right now keeps up, what a way for Florida to respond. Ethan Sneed ready for the PAT. And he knocks it through. We're tied up at 7 apiece after 1 drive for each team. And Mark, I mean, honestly, at first glance, kind of looks like a paradigm shift for both of these teams. Charleston scores on 2 plays. Remember that 79-yard run from Keith Swearingen? And then Florida methodically down the field, 65 yards on 15 plays. Honestly, for these 2 teams, it's typically a reverse. I mean, Florida doesn't always score 70-plus yard scores, right? But they typically are the flashier offense. Charleston is much more methodical, and to start this game, it's a role reversal. Deep kickoff from Sneed and a kneel down from Jay Taylor. You do not see that very much in this league, but 1 drive in, 7 points apiece, a little bit of a role reversal so far.
Absolutely, although there is still precedence to what happened or what Keith Swearingen was able to achieve. We saw this last game last week where he run for a 60-plus yard touchdown off of a drive that only lasted 3 plays. So there is definitely precedence for what he achieved.
And you and I have seen Charleston be this big bombastic offense, no question about it. What can Swearingen do for a follow-up? Not much that time. He stopped at the line of scrimmage by Deontay Stoneville. Let's tell you about the Florida defense. For head coach Max Paul, this is a veteran group guys that have played together for a long time. Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, and Alex Dominguez on the defensive line. The linebackers, Eric Hammer and Stephen Black. And in the secondary, corners, Evan Carroll, Ryan Davidson, and Adam Jones. And safeties, Ryan Tobin and Andrew Francis. All three of those guys have been on this team for at least 3 years, and 4 of them are on their 8th season or more. Drew will throw, looking this way. It's caught on the sideline by Buchanan Simons. Again, normally one of the big play guys for this Charleston offense, the big play guy, really, and a pickup of 4 that time.
Yeah, but now another third and medium situation for Charleston. One of the things they had to improve on from last week was moving the ball down the field. They struggled with a lot of 3 and outs, punts, and or interceptions. So being able to convert this will definitely keep their momentum on their end.
Charleston has struggled on offense this season. Can they keep pace with Florida? They've done so far. 3rd and 6. Drew checked down. It's caught, but well short of the sticks by Jay Taylor. That's a spot of the field that he's used to. Mark, the former tight end, living right off tackle on that play. And now he's been converted to a wide receiver this year, but needed 6, gets just 4, and now 4th down for the Preds.
And just like that, a 3 and out, just as I mentioned that's what they struggled with, Tim. But it's now this is interesting for them because in every single game that they have lost the time of possession, they've also lost the game. So they really have to keep the ball on their side. Don't let Ron Cochran have the ball, prevent offense, which they kind of did with 2 runs in the pass. Didn't work out for them.
But and to your point, that's exactly what we were looking at on that first drive. Remember, Charleston scored with only 2 plays. Florida then possessed the ball for north of 7 minutes and scored on 15 plays. So that's the way to win the time of possession battle. And now Florida will take over from their own 40. Great starting field position in a tie game, late stages of the first quarter. For the 2-back set, Cochran will throw over the middle, caught short of the first down line, and a pickup of 9 through the sky, and another catch for Stephen Bush.
The soft zone allowing an opening in the middle for 9 yards. Stephen Bush makes the most out of it, runs to that open soft spot. Nice pass, nice catch.
A quiet year for Bush, like you said, south of 500 yards and only 37 catches. EJ Minson has him beat in both of those categories, but he does lead Florida with 6 touchdowns. 2nd and 1, another drop back for Cochran, firing this way. That's caught. The aforementioned EJ Minson makes his debut in this game. 1st down, Florida.
Yep, and they keep on rolling. A lot of Ron Cochran has so much more targets than Boletsky, but whenever he finds those other receivers, he just loves spreading that ball, and that's what keeps the ball rolling.
Cochran has completed all 11 of his pass attempts so far. He will put that to the test, right into traffic and right on cue. A risky throw from Cochran. Josh Reese, the free safety, was all over that one.
Absolutely. Josh Reese already with 4 interceptions and 7 pass deflections this season, so also having a solid year, a solid season for him, and great deflection or great defense on that pass.
Talked a little bit about the Florida secondary. They've been so good for so long. This Charleston secondary this year has been absolutely tremendous. We'll introduce you to them as we go along. All 6 of them, yes, 6 stars in the secondary. Everybody has at least 1 interception, and 4 of them have at least 4. That's crazy.
Damn.
2nd down and 10 from across midfield. Cochran again to throw, fires top of the field, caught. Another 1st down for Florida. This offense continues to hum. 3rd catch of the first quarter for Vered Zarkov.
I mean, he just shows you that even in the middle of a hit, he just secures that ball, comes down with the ball. That tight end is coming up big for Florida this game.
Zarkov is only about 40 yards away from a career high in receiving yards, and he's close to that already with 3 grabs. Boletsky on the give, gets just 2. Now let's introduce you to the Charleston defense. The line, Dick Baker and John Lawley on the outside, Joseph Sabolka on the inside. Pair of linebackers, they've been a tandem for a long time. Jack Hoffman and Jack Brown, and then 6 standouts in the secondary. Corners, Johnny Bravo and Corey Menner, and safeties, Josh Reese, Zach Lay, John Stomango, and Tommy Zanardi. Again, all of them have at least 1 interception. They have been a lethal 6-man unit this season. From the 35, Cochran will throw again. They've barely gone Boletsky's way at all, and Cochran again links up with Vered Zarkov. His 4th catch of the first quarter.
Yeah, just that tight end connection He's the one that provides the X factor in the receiving game. We've talked about Bolesky being the #1 receiver so far for Cochrane, but tight ends, they matter.
Cochran has completed 5 passes to his tight ends through 1 quarter. We're done with 1 from South Florida. Charleston 7, Florida 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on Twitch. Happy to have you with us on this SFL Sunday. Tim Hackett and Mark Lopez with Dwayne Schindler and Cameron Irvine here with you live from the eye. A big-time third down opportunity already for Florida. Deep inside enemy territory. Single back set. They'll pack the house. Give off tackle. Charlie Boletsky has running room. Breaks a tackle inside the 10, and he's brought down there at about the 7-yard line. Once again, they go to Charlie Boletsky. Once again, he delivers. First and goal coming up.
Like a bullet shot out of a gun, Charlie Boletsky comes away with another huge run in this game. His second one in as many quarters.
I believe that was his first touch of this drive. It was. And a big gain for Boletsky. He gets all the way to the 7-yard line. Remember how integral he was on Florida's first scoring drive the first time they go to him here. Different looking formation for the Storm now. 2 upbacks and Boletsky's the tailback. Just underway in quarter number 2. Cochran to throw, looking Boletsky's way, wide open. Pass complete, spin move, touchdown, Charlie Boletsky. Cochran goes his way again, and the sophomore's got his 13th total touchdown of the year. Florida takes the lead for the first time.
Incredible play, incredible heart as well at the end of that play. Spinning and forcing, willing his body to go over the plane, and he sure does it, and this is why he is the favorite target of Cochrane, because he scores a lot for his team.
Josh Reese brought him down on the goal line. No challenge, no review coming. They say it's a good touchdown. Second receiving touchdown of the year for the Bullet. We talked about how much he has caught passes this year. 67 coming in, 6 catches already today, and his first score. What we figure might be a big game for the sophomore from New York City. PAT up and good from Ethan Sneed. He has been so reliable for this Florida offense, special teams unit, whatever, for the last 4 years. He's barely missed any kicks in his career. Perfect this season. He's got another PAT. If you're new to the SFL, it's the Simulation Football League. It combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Jay Taylor has had a fantastic season as the Charleston kick returner. We mentioned this, the former tight end converted to wide receiver this offseason. Charleston was a team that only operated with 2 standout wideouts, Buchanan Simons and Ken McCarrow, who we have not heard from. And so a new offensive philosophy with Jacob Clear in his first season as the head coach and offensive coordinator, moving Taylor from tight end to wide receiver. Taylor now the punt returner and kick returner as well, and that has paved immediate dividends, especially in the punt return game. Charleston trailing for the first time. Swearingen gets the give, and he's blown up at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle by rookie middle linebacker Stephen Black.
And that's what Florida has been so successful this game, is just blowing up the play without much yards being gained in the first place, blowing up the play behind the line of scrimmage. And this is what Charleston struggled in in their second drive, where they were not able to move the ball forward for a first down at all.
Black was Florida's second-round pick in the most recent SFL draft. Only a couple of changes in the offseason for Florida, a team that likes to keep this unit together to great success. 2nd and 10, Drew, sidearm sling, first down and more. What a catch!
Oh my!
Alien White's one of the tight ends, and a big gain for TD Drew from one of the least expected members of this offense. The Preds out across midfield.
Oh, least expected, definitely. And what a pass by that.
Wow.
He got himself wide open on that one, beat his defender, and wow.
I mean, what more can you say? I mean, Lyric Da Vinci was trailing this to try to get a block on. Evan Carroll does get a block, didn't matter, but he was wide open on that play too. Probably mad that he doesn't get an extra catch in his stats. Instead, it goes to Alien White, one of the backups, and Charleston's longest pass play of the game. Good for 36 yards all the way out to the 42. Drew again to throw through the hands of his receiver, and that could have been picked. He was going this way. Ken McCarrow, his first target of the game. Evan Carroll nearly had one. Guy who is used to picking up interceptions over the course of his career, Evan Carroll. He's got 2 this season and 54 in his career. One of the all-time great corners in this league, and as Florida fans well know, one of just 2 members of this team that were part of the original Storm franchise inaugurated 10 seasons ago in season 7. 3-time SFL champs on the hunt for another one. Drew fires tight coverage, and Simons can't haul it in. That was great coverage by Ryan Davidson. Tight window, no dice.
Absolutely no surprise though too for Florida, knowing their homework weekend and Simon such a great receiver for TD Drew. Of course they got to put a lot of protection on him, and that's what they did.
Simons had 6 catches for 40 yards last week, so a quiet day for him in terms of yards, but he was the only pass catcher not named Keith Swearingen with more than 2 catches for the Preds last week as they won. 3rd and 10, Drew steps and throws over the middle. Another great throw and catch, and this time Simons hauls it in. 20-yard gain, first down.
Again, we talk about that throw. Despite the busted protection in the middle, he was still able to face the pressure and make that incredible pass in what almost seems like a tight window, but his receiver makes the play as well.
Absolutely. Great throw and catch. These 2 teams, we haven't even talked about this yet, Mark. They're both hot. Charleston has won its last 3. Florida has won its last 4. They've taken a step ahead of Carolina and London, and they are now the 2 guys in pole position in the South Division. From the 20, Drew has to throw it this way for Swearingen. He was under heavy pressure, and they'll say that Swearingen was out of bounds when he caught that ball. Unlike Beletsky, Swearingen does not get used in the pass game very much, only 38 catches coming in. Remember, Beletsky had 67 entering action.
Absolutely, although it's still good that they have the option. In a case like that, you don't want to sack because that sets you back, a few yards, and it sets back your game plan.
They use him a ton on the ground. 5th in the league in carries. They will go to him here, no surprise. Bruising run for Swearingen, and a great pickup on 2nd down. That's how you get ahead of the sticks, right, Mark? Pickup of 7.
Absolutely, and look at this average of 21.5, although that's sort of inflated with a huge run earlier, but still a solid run on this one. He's averaging 3.4 in the season, but if he can muster up a similar, performance in each single play, 6 yards, 7 yards, it's going to be good for his team.
He's been a great tailback in this league. Can he break out to help the Preds keep pace with what looks to be a good Florida offense? Drew fires this way, nearly picked again by Evan Carroll. He was wide open on that play. McCarroll was taken down, and Carroll was the only guy in the area, but he couldn't haul it in. 4th down.
Yes, and they're saying their praises and thanks that didn't go the other way, because it looked like there was open space for any interceptor to run for the pick 6.
Charleston dodges a bullet for sure, and not one named Charlie. And so Brad Breckett, the former Florida Storm kicker, will come on to attempt a short field goal from about 30 yards. It's been an imperfect season for the 3rd-year kicker, but he knocks that one through officially from 29. No problem for Brad Breckett. Get this, Mark, he's missed 4 field goals this season, and again, used to be the kicker for the Florida Storm before Ethan Sneed arrived. Kicked for Florida for 2 seasons. They were Alaska back then, but kicked for them for 2 seasons. He missed 4 total kicks over those 2 seasons, and he's missed 4 for Charleston this year after a couple of years away from the SFL. So still shaking the rust off, but still a good response drive there for Charleston to get 3.
Absolutely keeping the game close. I believe that's one of their keys to victory as well. They have played in games where the game result was decided in 6 points or less. 5 times that happened to Charleston, and in 3 of those 5 times they won those games. So if they are faced in a similar situation, Tim, I think they have, the experience to probably overcome that for a win.
No doubt, and we mentioned they've won 3 straight to get to 5-3, but those 3 wins came by a combined 18 points. So they have been on the right side and the wrong side of close games all season long. They're still 5-3 in good position to make the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. Cochran throws to Charlie Beletsky. He's taken down for a gain of 6. I mean, and honestly, Mark, Charleston, to me, they're one of those under-the-radar teams because they don't have the long-term vaunted success that a franchise like Florida has with the multiple league championships. They don't have, a ton of seasons where they are, 8-4 or better or whatever. They're kind of this under the radar team, if you ask me. And they made the playoffs last year. People forget that. They were close to making the playoffs 2 seasons ago. And they are right in the mix of things this year and are on track to do it again. But they got to defend this Florida offense, which is 2 for 2. And Veridin Zarkov has yet another catch and another first down.
Zarkov, incredible on the first down. Completions for Florida. But back to your point of being under the radar for Charleston. Keep in mind, one other thing why they're sort of being looked down on, underestimated, is that they've kind of faced one of the easiest schedules so far this season. Florida, we mentioned, is one of their toughest teams so far. And what? Oh, it's an interception!
Karam and an interception off that throw from Cochran. I think that hit somebody's helmet, and it ends up in the hands of John Stamengo. The sophomore's got his 3rd pick of the season, and a lifeline thrown right to the Predator defense.
Yeah, and he says, don't underestimate us, because I can come away with an interception too. Damn, John Stamengo, as you said, 3rd interception. This secondary already, a lot of interceptions. We talked about how many, 4 of them have, all of them have at least 1 interception, and yeah, that's the terror of this defense.
Stamengo trying to join that club, right? 24 takeaways by this Preds defense this season, 6th best in the league, but a turnover differential of exactly 0. From the 41, Drew will throw it down short. Swearinger with a step-over move. Oh, we've seen that from him a couple of times today. He picks up 7, and a nice gain for Cool Keith.
Very smooth, very sexy. What a very... That was very calculated, and, that got me going, Tim. That got me going.
Well, part of the reason that Charleston is stuck at a net 0 turnover differential is TD Drew. He has had his struggles. He has struggled mightily at times this season with 22 interceptions, one of the highest marks in the league. That's a good throw, though. Only Buchanan Simons was going to haul that one in. Haul it in he does. First down, Charleston.
Right, and Buchanan Simons, we are definitely looking for him to call his name a lot this game, and he shows the reason why here. TD Drew accentuating that by throwing a nice pass to Buchanan Simons.
Drew threw 22 interceptions through 8 games. That is 5th most in the league, even after half of the teams in the league played yesterday. So just goes to show you how much that turnover bug has cost him. Teams in this league throw a lot of picks, no doubt, but he needs to cut it down. To the fullback they go. Terrell Sutherland has his first touch today, and a pickup of 3 for the rookie fullback Terrell Sutherland.
Wonder if they were trying to surprise the Florida defense. Did not surprise them much at all, because Terrell Sutherland only 8 carries so far this season for 36 yards. Not used a lot, if at all, in the run game, and nothing doing for them either.
No, only 15 total touches for the rookie coming into action today. He's got one here. Drew will now bomb it this way. Swearinger, another spin move, and he gets hit over the first down line. Keith Swearinger has been on another level in this game.
Absolutely, tonight, playing on another level, and we talk about how he was a good running back, halfback for the past few seasons for him, for the past 6 seasons for him, and he's showing why he is such a versatile player.
You usually don't see comparisons work in this direction. Swearinger, his 7th-year tailback, Boletsky in his 2nd year, but in this game, Swearinger doing Charlie Boletsky-looking things. That catch out of the backfield, the spin move, lowering the shoulder for the first down. That's what Boletsky did in the minor leagues. That's what he's done now in the big leagues. Swearinger taking a page out of that playbook. They'll go on the ground to him here, and he is snowed under by this Storm defensive front. Getting sacks has been a challenge for Florida the last couple of years, Mark, but they are still very good at stopping the run. Ryan Davidson helps on the stop.
Absolutely, and I think the defensive ends as well on this, on that one stop. I think I saw Stoneville on that one, so great defense overall, stopping Swearinger.
You're 2nd and 9. Swearinger again up the middle, and if you're going to run in this Florida defense, that's not where you want to go, because like you pointed out at the top of the show, Mark, even though sacks have been hard to come by, Deontay Stoneville with the stop on that one. Alex Dominguez now lives in the middle of this Florida defensive line. Made his money as a defensive end. He's been a DT the last couple of years, and that's not who you want to run at.
No, he has 10 tackles for losses and a great tackle on that one as well for Dominguez.
The all-time SFL leader in both sacks and TFLs. 3rd and 9 from the red zone. Big spot here for Charleston, you would think. Drew fires right seam. It's caught. Touchdown, Preds. Another great link up from Drew. And that's caught by Buchanan Simons once again. 5th touchdown of the year. Charleston back on top.
What a pass. That was into coverage. a tight window. Simons had to make the play and grab the ball and take it down with him and break the plane. And he does it.
Splits 2 defenders. We've seen Simons do that all day so far, Mark. That is the area of the field in which he lives, and he has dominated in that type of game. If it's not those 4-yard outs, it's those intermediate in slants or whatever, and he has been excellent at that today, and he's got another score.
And that was for 7th place for this Charleston offense, for that great touchdown for them and putting them up into the lead. And with this kick, puts them up 18-14, and a good start so far, I think, Tim.
Breckett nails the extra point, so Charleston now on top, 17-14, like you say, Mark. And look, you know this as well as anybody. You've been a standout in the secondary in this league for a half dozen seasons or so now. So every quarterback throws interceptions. It's kind of a reality of this league. TD Drew throws a lot, like we said. Ron Cochran has thrown his fair share this season. So it's an inevitability. Quarterbacks average 2 interceptions per game. That's not an exaggeration. And so as a defense, you know they're going to come. So as an offense, you need to be able to take advantage of that. That's kind of my MO for this league. Decent return from Justice Blackwell out to the 22. And that's what Charleston did. They get the tip drill interception that goes off of the back of Zach Lay and into the hands of John Stamengo. And a couple of plays later, they convert that into 6. It's that easy.
Absolutely. It's the points of conversions is probably a key metric for most teams. We don't see that a lot called in many games, but you're right, Tim. Just get those interceptions and make the most of every opportunity.
7 plays, 42 yards, capped off by that touchdown from Drew to Buchanan Simons. What can Florida do for a response? That's a good start and a nice run for Charlie Boletsky. Pickup of 7, Josh Reese with the stop. Charlie Boletsky has been just a beast this game.
Absolutely. We're going to see that Beletsky, Josh Reese, one-on-ones and battles. Will Josh Reese ever be beat? He was beat once, I believe, at least once so far tonight. And we'll see if Beletsky can get through him more.
Boletsky averages 105 rushing yards per game already, halfway to that. Looking to add to it. Spin move for Boletsky. Out to midfield and no further. Another great tackle by Josh Reese. We were thinking it might be a repeat of that Swearingen touchdown. Josh Reese says not so fast, but another great big run from the Bullets.
I mean, you have Josh Reese in the same practice game as Keith Swearingen, and Keith Swearingen, I bet he was running those kind of runs. So Josh Reese knows what to expect and is able to make that play because he's seen it in their own practices.
27-yard rush for Boletsky. Dwayne Schindler tells us longest of the day for him. Cochran now to throw over the middle, wide open. It's caught for a gain of 6. Is that Bush again? He is slow to get up as he was plastered by Jack Brown. It is Stephen Bush. He's been busy in this game, and getting hit by Jack Brown does not sound like anybody's idea of a fun Saturday or Sunday afternoon activity, and a gain of 6 there for Bush.
Yep, great pass right there. I think caught Jack Brown looking elsewhere because the ball was in his line of sight before that was caught.
Brown leads the Pred defense with 71 tackles. Not a surprise for somebody who's been as good as he has for 9 seasons in the SFL. Cochran throws this way. It's caught. First down for E.J. Minson. And this is such a great response drive for Cochran after he threw that pick. He's thrown some questionable balls over his career, Mark. That one, not really his fault. It hit Zach Lay's back, but a great response drive to settle the veteran down as we hit the 2-minute warning from South Florida. Great game between these two divisional rivals with a ton at stake. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. 2 minutes to go. Florida with the ball, trailing by 3. Ron Cochran floats it up, and it's caught inside the 20-yard line. Great link up from Cochran to Justice Blackwell. The rookie has his first catch of the day and a first down.
Kind of a vintage look from Ron Cochran, floating the ball and finding his receiver right there. What a spot to put his receiver in. And a good catch as well to convert on this first down.
Blackwell somehow controls that as he went to the ground, pass behind Jack Brown. Blackwell, rookie second-round pick from Chicago. 23 catches, no touchdowns this season for the rookie, who is very solid in the minor leagues and joining a team with championship potential, the reigning SFL runners-up, trying to get back to that position, if not better, here this year. Cochran throws on a comeback route. It's caught by Stephen Bush. The machine head starting to whirl up Mark Lopez, a gain of 5.
Absolutely, Ron Cochran. We've seen him come away, or have games like these in previous seasons where he suddenly took over, and this one drive, he is taking over.
Cochran is 20 of his first 22. One of those incompletions was an interception. Here goes Boletsky, powers forward, first down for Florida. Zach Lay on the stop, as well as Menor, and another first down for the Bullets.
You gotta be on schedule, otherwise you're gonna miss the bullet train that is Boletsky, and they were late on that one. They could not stop the first down.
Over 100 total yards of offense in the first half alone for the sophomore tailback from New York City. First and goal now for Florida, another monumental drive. Cochran throws it out to Boletsky, and Brown hog ties him down, pickup of just 5, and with only 33 seconds left, Mark, Florida has to use a timeout.
Yeah, and good tackle by Brown. Otherwise, behind him, his teammate was blocked, and it would have been open space for Boletsky, but good on Brown to stop Boletsky before a touchdown was made.
You mentioned Charleston is watching the time of possession battle very closely, but so far Florida has absolutely owned that metric. They trail by 3 with 33 seconds left in the half. Single setback for Cochran, who's back to throw. Steps up, fires back of the end zone, tipped again, and it's dropped. That could have been picked a couple of different times, and Ron Cochran, pardon the expression, but Florida dodges a bullet.
That's a good one. Too bad it wasn't Boletsky on the play.
Right.
But we'll see how this is still third and goal at the 2-yard line. Still a lot of options for Cochran. I mean, just handing the ball to Boletsky could probably give them the touchdown in this one.
Charleston does not allow a lot of rushing touchdowns. 10th play of the drive for the Storm, down by 3. Cochran will throw. Over the middle, passes caught, sidestep, and not getting into the end zone. What a stop. He looked like he was clear in. Charleston makes the play. E.J. Minson was right there.
Absolutely, and you saw E.J. Minson trying to tip himself over, but no. The great tackle at the last second stops him, stonewalls this offense.
That's crazy, and Minson is stopped on the goal line. Mark, you got to wonder if J.W. Doyle was still on this team, the former longtime fullback for Florida. Maybe they would rethink the strategy, but they will go with the kicker, Ethan Sneed. Again, he has been perfect so far this season. One of just a couple of kickers to not miss a kick. From the closest you could possibly get, Ethan Sneed hits it from 17 yards out, and we're tied at 17 points apiece.
Where have I seen this story? That's right, Charleston in close games. This is not a surprise.
No question. Both of these teams trying to continue their win streaks. Charleston's won 3 in a row. Florida's won 4 in a row. The Storm in first place in the South. Charleston in second, with Carolina and London now lagging behind after they played yesterday in London. Took down the Skyhawks. Very impressive performance from the Knights that has left those two teams in the back seat. And the winner of this game will be in sole possession of first place. Florida, of course, a game ahead right now, but a win would put them 2 games clear. And Charleston, of course, a win, and they would have the same record. And the tiebreaker head-to-head over Florida with only 3 games left. So that automatic playoff berth to go into the division winner, Mark, you know that this game could end up being what decides the division. You never know. 16 seconds left in the half. How aggressive does Charleston get with this offense that can score in bunches? They will check it down. A short throw from Drew. Do they let the clock run? Looks like they will. Short gain for the Preds. That is Lance Dulake on the catch for the Preds, and they will let the first half clock expire. What a game in South Florida, and a pivotal battle in the South Division. It's Charleston 17, Florida 17 at the break. Mark, a little bit of everything so far, and I know you're going to be looking at this time of possession stat that comes up. There you go. 2-1 in favor of Florida.
I know, indeed. That is definitely very... You could say it's concerning for Charleston, but there's still a second half of ball game to play. That said, Tim, what a game we've had so far. We're looking at all the drive summaries we've had, minus the last drive by Charleston. 8 drives. 6 of those drives were scoring drives. The other 2, a punt and an interception. What an exciting game we're having.
Yeah, the first half took about 40 minutes of real time to play. That's crazy. Yeah, it's eight total possessions, 6 scoring possessions, and that's in a game in which Florida's scoring drives are 15 plays, 8 plays, and 11 plays. That's 3 marathon drives for this offense, spearheaded by the veteran Ron Cochran, and they have just marched down the field on this Charleston defense, one of the best in the league, like we said, 1st in points, 6th best in yards. This is a hallmark of this team through all the different coaches and different owners. It doesn't matter. Charleston defense has been excellent, not just excellent, top tier in over the last 5+ seasons. They have been so again, but they've not been able to stop this Florida offense consistently. But on the other side, Mark, the Charleston offense has been more than up to the task.
Absolutely, and that's the thing that they were looking to improve on coming into this game from last week. Improve on their ability to keep the ball going downfield. Let's not keep punting the ball. Let's not keep turning the ball over. So far, the first half, 0 interceptions for TD Drew and 50% conversions in 3rd downs. Looking good for Charleston so far. Can they keep this up? Is this sustainable? Well, they have to make it so.
And that's something that Jacob Clear told me earlier in this season. He's been around this league for a while. Jacob Clear's played for a couple of different, or been with a couple of different teams the last couple of seasons, I should say. But he was upfront with me saying, look, paraphrasing here slightly, Mark, but Charleston in the past, their offense has not been flashy. It's not been a ton of fun. They win games through their defense. They grind out wins. TD Drew throws picks. Keith Swearingen grinds out hard runs. You know the methodology for this Charleston offense, and it was his stated goal coming in and becoming this team's general manager, head coach, and offensive coordinator his first year with Charleston, to change the makeup of this team, but not only change the makeup of this team, change what they look like on the field, make this team more appealing to watch, make this offense more exciting. And at times this year, it's been a success, but overall, the same truths are still apparent. The Charleston offense has struggled to move the ball. They've struggled to score on the balance of the season. They're in the bottom half of the league in most team offensive stats. But so far in this game, so far so good.
I mean, those could just be growing pains with a new head coach, new offensive coordinator. But so far, their performance tonight, Tim, or this afternoon, has been very positive.
16 total touchdowns on offense for the Preds through 8 games, obviously an average of 2 per game, and they scored 2 in this game. But Florida will start with the second half with the ball, and a bullet throw from Ron Cochran. Rising to make the catch is Jose Galliano. He has been a figurehead for Florida in the past, Mark, relegated to backup duties this season, his first catch of the game.
Absolutely, and this is the specialty of Cochran, distributing the ball. Ball distribution, passing it to everyone. You're going to make it hard to defend if you don't know where he's throwing to, and he shows it right there with a great pass.
Great point. I mean, we talked about Boletsky leading this receiving group with 67 catches, but other than that, they've got 4 pass catchers that total between 20 and 45 catches entering action today. Cochran floats it up right seam, tipped away again. Nearly another tip drill play coming for Charleston. He was going for Minson, knocked away by Johnny Bravo, 2nd down.
Yeah, and great coverage by Johnny Bravo, being on his man, being on top of Minson throughout the entire route. Probably could have gotten the ball if his hands were in front of Minson's, but still a good defensive play, good deflection right there.
You see at the top of your screen, Florida favored in this game by 6.5. The over-under set at 54.5, expecting that the offenses would show up in this game, despite the historically great defenses that these two franchises have typically espoused. Boletsky picks up just a couple, and depending on who you ask, but I think if you ask most people, Mark, they would tell you the 2 best teams in the league right now, Baltimore and Florida. Those 2 teams are both in action right now. Obviously, you're looking at one of them in this game, and Baltimore in action on Next Level Sports, taking on the Jacksonville Kings, another great franchise in this league. Baltimore heavily favored in that game, but only up by 7 with Jacksonville threatening. 3rd and 8 here. Cochran again over the middle. Again, it's caught. Again, it's Galliano. Another first down for Florida.
And that would be the 5th 3rd down conversion in 6 tries. Incredible. showing by Florida. So they are unstoppable in third downs.
And that's not something they've been very good at this season on third down, Mark. Less than 50%, right in the middle of the pack. Charleston on defense, not really all that special either. Same percentage, middle of the pack. On first down this time, Cochran
Another one.
gets the first down somehow. They go right to the sticks. What a play. Spoletsky.
Absolutely. What a bullet Bilutsky is. Probably the overused nickname to him. But when you see him run like that, like the speed, he runs in a straight line, and unless you stop him in his tracks, he's going to keep going.
Charlie Boletsky is close to 1,000 rushing yards this season. This is his 9th game played. Last year, including the playoffs, he had 1,080 rushing yards. He's going to smash that next week if he does anything decent this week and next week. And so far this week, much more than decent, close to 100 rushing yards already. Here he goes, and that's going to be a loss. First time stopping him in the backfield for this Charleston defense. Great TFL and a loss of 2 for Boletsky. Jack Brown makes that play.
Absolutely great tackle by Jack Brown in the backfield. Bilutsky nearing 100, as you said, and that's the threat he has in this ground game. Only 10 attempts, but for 9.1 yards per carry. So his threat, just holding the ball, is immense.
Has been just tremendous in terms of average so far this season. 2nd and 12, Cochran out of the hands of the defense and body down by Lay. Could have been picked again. And again, Florida survives the threat.
Absolutely, but 3rd and 12, they have probably overcome multiple 3rd and long situations tonight. So I'm not surprised if they set a play, throw to Varadin Zarkov, who has been their number 1 first down receiver or first down gainer so far tonight, it seems.
Out of the hands of Jack Hoffman, the middle linebacker, who does not have an interception so far this season, and then Lay ultimately bodies it down with Bravo in the area. This is the longest 3rd down opportunity in this game for Florida, though they have been fantastic on them, as Mark said. From inside the 40. Cochran has all day, fires into traffic again and swatted down by Jack Hoffman.
Wow.
2nd straight play for the veteran middle linebacker. That play never had a chance. 4th down.
And great deflection right there. If he didn't have that deflection, EJ Minson with the catch could have converted in a first down because there was green space in front of him.
First look today at Marcus Agrippa, the best punter in the SFL. No longer the only star punter in the SFL, but still, I think, Mark, the best that this league has to offer, and clearly a trendsetter because other teams have started to realize what a great punter can do. He will try to angle it to the side. It bounces. It's rolling, and Florida will down it as they roll into the end zone. No, they will stop it at the 3. Wow, another great break for Florida. He nearly rolled into the end zone. That's Adam Jones, one of the starting quarterbacks for this team. It will be a 36-yard net for Agrippa, and Charleston will start at the 3.
And suddenly Charleston is looking at 97 yards to the end zone. Will their success in the first half translate to be able to convert on this 97-yard possession? Well, let's hope. Let's see. That's what they're hoping. And now they're coming back on the field, Tim. I'm looking forward to Keith Swearingen. I'm looking forward to Simons making huge plays this drive.
They got to start with Swearingen from deep inside their own territory, you would think. You saw his numbers there. He's been great in this game. They will go to Swearingen. A step-back move, and Swearingen does the job. He picks up 11 on first down, and a much-needed first down for Charleston.
You give him a job to do, he does more than what is asked of him. Breaks a tackle in the beginning and pulls a defender with him as he is being dragged down.
It's been such a weird season for Keith Swearingen. 187 carries for 638 yards entering action today. 5th in carries, but just 14th in total rushing yards. Complete inverse of what Boletsky has done. They will go to him here. Great one-on-one tackle at the knees. Nice play on that side. That is number 94, Jason Julien, one of the linebackers for Florida. Swearingen gets just 1. I mean, get this. Coming into action today, Swearingen had exactly 200 fewer rushing yards than Charlie Boletsky did on 45 more carries. So it just shows you how efficient Charlie Boletsky was compared to Keith Swearingen, who is more than happy to be the feature back, the workhorse back, if you will. And they will go to him here. 3rd straight play. Wow. Florida was ready for it. They blow him up for a loss of 4.
And who is it? Tom Ello on that great tackle for loss. He is showing up today, involved in a lot of tackles for losses on Keith Swearingen tonight. Another one on that play. And Keith Swearingen had a huge one the last 2 plays ago, but now 3rd and 13. Charleston, what will you do?
Longest third down opportunity for the Predators in this game after the stop by Tomaello. Drew fires into traffic, tipped and intercepted by Andrew Francis. He's off to the races down the sideline and plastered by one of the Charleston offensive linemen. That's Taiwan Cook. He saves a touchdown. Would have been the second this season for Andrew Francis. Instead, it'll be 1st and goal.
What a play, what a deflection right there. And that was almost inevitable because he forced the 3rd and very long. You almost expect a long pass play. The number 1 target has been Buchanan Simons. This game's just put 2-3 people on him. Sure enough, Buchanan Simons was targeted. Interception. Good to go for Florida.
Andrew Francis did not have a touchdown in his first 8 seasons in this league. Had one earlier this season, nearly had one again. Here's Boletsky from the 5, and he is wide open. Touchdown, Florida. Charlie Boletsky continues his killer game. The Storm strike first in the second half.
They strike first despite punting the ball first. Unfortunately for Charleston, that interception cost them. And that's what we're talking about, Tim. Points after turnovers. That's going to be key for this game. That's going to be key for any game in this league.
We mentioned that quarterbacks in this league throw a lot of picks, Mark. Last week, these 2 quarterbacks, Cochran and Drew, combined to throw 7 interceptions. They combined to throw 2 touchdowns, both of those from Ron Cochran. And it didn't matter. These 2 teams both won last week, despite those pitiful numbers. And so it comes down to what you just said, the ability to, A, recover if you give it the ball away. And then on defense, can you turn those takeaways into opportunities for your offense, and Andrew Francis did just that. It's really a domino effect. That great punt from Marcus Agrippa, even though Charleston was able to get out of danger on that first play from Swearingen. Eventually, they give the ball away. Francis gets them to the 5. Charlie Boletsky does the rest. Florida has the lead. It's that simple.
100 agreed. I can't say more to that.
6.5 left in the third quarter. The Storm take the lead again in what has been an expectedly back and forth battle here from the eye. From the goal line, here comes Taylor, who's been great returning punts this season. Had that punt return for a touchdown a couple of weeks ago in Charleston's win over Lone Star. Really their only signature win so far this season, I think it's fair to say, Mark. And they're looking for another one here against Florida, which has been the pace setter in this division and in this neck of the woods in the SFL. Even when divisional play was not a thing, this is the team to beat. At least one of them in the SFL has been for a long time, and this would be a statement win for Jacob Clear in his first season as head coach for Charleston, as we've outlined. They'll give it to Swearingen. Running room for Swearingen up the middle, and another gain of 13 on first down for Swearingen for the 2nd straight possession.
And look at that, 10.6 yards per carry. Sure, you might say, yeah, that's inflated, but the huge run he had in the first half. But I mean, I'm looking at the past few plays. In 4 plays, he's had 2 of them go for over 10 yards. So just incredible running from him. You got to give credit to the blockers in the middle, his linemen giving him space as well.
Both Swearingen and Boletsky over 100 rushing yards already in this game, not even halfway through quarter number 3. Charleston trailing once again. Can they rally again? Here's Swearingen.
Wow.
Daylight for Swearingen.
Wow.
Left tackle breaks away. Gets away from Francis. Gets away from Ryan Davidson. He's still going. Breaks away from another tackle. Are you kidding me? Keith Swearingen does it again. 66-yard touchdown. Charleston can tie it up again.
What did Keith Swearingen have in the halftime in the locker room? What did you guys feed this beast? He broke how many tackles? More than 3. There's going to be 1 here. That's 1. Here comes 2. The 3rd one incoming, and we know the end of this story. Keith Swearingen, what a touchdown from this guy.
That's unbelievable. We talked about how great this secondary for Florida is, and he just broke through at least 3 of these legendary players. Francis, Davidson, Tobin, nobody could stop him. It was Tomaello, the defensive end, who had the last chance at him and ended up having no chance. Over 150 rushing yards on just 2 carries, 2 touchdowns for Keith Swearingen. What a game.
Well, if you don't know yet, this is why he was called the Cheetah back in the days, showing his stripes, I guess, spots because he's a cheetah.
True colors either way for cool Keith Swearingen. They call it, sometimes I've heard, the Swearingen that could. All of these nicknames for this guy. It just goes to show you how much of a staple he has been in this league, that despite a slow season for him. The poor rushing average, the low number of touchdowns, like we've talked about ad nauseum already in this game, Mark. He has the ability to break things out at a moment's notice, and this has to be one of the best games in his recent career history.
Absolutely, and good for him as well. He has been working in this league for 7 seasons now, and for a breakaway game like this, he has had a lot of good games in a few seasons, or in the last seasons he's had, but in this kind of a race for the playoffs, this is definitely a good time to show up.
Lyric Da Vinci saying in the SFL chat, we've been eating nothing but black bean burritos for a week. I will let you supply your own punchlines to that. Florida and Charleston, speaking of punches, they have gone back and forth in this game. What can Cochran do? He'll fire over the middle. E.J. Minson has the catch and a gain of 4. Look at that game for Ron Cochran. It's been solid for him so far, that one pick notwithstanding. Only 2 combined turnovers in this game. Remember, these quarterbacks combined for 7 interceptions last week. Both teams have scored off of their turnovers, like you said, Mark, a big key to success.
2 combined interceptions and only 2 combined punts. So what a game we've had so
Wow.
far.
Yeah, the offenses have been lethal, and maybe that over-under ended up being smart. We'll see. Here's Boletsky. He is sent back the wrong way. Great one-on-one tackle near the line of scrimmage, and a loss for Charlie Boletsky there. I think that was Dick Baker on the stop. Nope, check that. It's John Lally, 69 in the white and black. Their rookie first-round pick in the most recent draft. Give him 8 tackles for loss on the season.
To follow up his 1 sack, and that is his second TFL. Great showing for him tonight.
3rd and 8 now for Cochran. From inside his own 30. Again, great protection. Again, fires this way. Caught. E.J. Midson, and another first down. We talked about Jay Taylor, a former tight end for Charleston. E.J. Minson, formerly a tight end for Florida, moved out to wide receiver last season. Now the number 2 wide receiver, no doubt, with the departure of Jeff Como, and another big gain for him.
Absolutely. That would be his 5th reception and 7 targets. E.J. Minson, the number 1 targeted so far tonight for Ron Cochran. Not a lot of yards, apparently, but still, a first down, get a first down for your team, he'll take that.
Florida had to remake their offense, but after last season when their longtime wide receiver Optimus Klein went west, Cochran throws out of bounds this time, intended for Minson. Didn't have his feet down, so Optimus Klein, another one of the founding members of this Storm franchise for Max Paul and company, headed out west to form a new team, the San Diego Mavericks. They brought in Jacob Clear as their head coach last season. Clear now, of course, the head coach for Charleston. And so Klein is gone. That moved Stephen Bush up to the number 1 spot. That moved E.J. Minson up to the number 2 spot. And with Como gone, enter rookie Justice Blackwell to complete the wide receiver room. Cochran fires into the body of Veridin Zarkov in what's been such a great game for the Shark. That was a little bit underwhelming. 3rd down.
Underwhelming indeed, however. Once again, Tim, 3rd and 10. Boy, do I remember the last 3rd down they've been in, and they did convert on that one.
Sure did. 4 catches for Zarkov. He's up over 30 so far in this game and close to setting a new career high in receiving yards. Like we said, unofficially sitting at 26 receiving yards, and of course, Florida's first touchdown. 3rd and 10, 4:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Cochran this way, caught short of the sticks though by E.J. Minson. That's not going to get it done, Mark. It was always going to be tough for him to make up the remaining 3 yards.
Yeah, that's probably only their 2nd or 3rd down incompletion tonight. And great credit on this Charleston defense showing their mettle. The last drive and didn't end up well for this Charleston defense, and so now they tightened up, gave their offense as much more of an opportunity, and we go back to the time of possession battle.
Here comes another punt from Marcus Agrippa, and it dies inside the 5. Charleston will be stopped up at the 3-yard line again. Marcus Agrippa continues to show out.
I mean, that's some incredible, magical kicking, punting, if I could say. It just dies there. More often than not, you'd see in this league a punt end up landing in the 3 yards and then into the end zone. But no, this thing just landed and died.
Absolute magic, no question about it. A 50-yard punt on net for Marcus Agrippa. No return from the 3. They go to Swearingen. Florida's ready for that one. They stop him near the goal line. Eric Hammer leads the pack. Charleston now at the white chalk line of their own goal line.
Absolutely. We saw this in their previous drive where they were burned for 11 yards in the 3-yard line. not this time. They're just lucky it didn't go for a safety backwards.
Fourth quarter underway between Baltimore and Jacksonville. A big game. Can Baltimore stay undefeated? Here goes Swearingen. Gets him out of the shadow of his own goal line that time. Pickup of about 2. They get the yards back that they lost. Stephen Black, the rookie middle linebacker, on the stop, and now 3rd down and 10.
You absolutely have to pass on this one, I think, Tim. If you run this, Keith Swearingen, sure, he has been getting first downs in a single run. However, 3rd and 10, ooh, they might be information for a run.
Wow, they do bring out the I formation set. Here goes Swearingen on 3rd and 10. No dice. He runs right into Kevin Mack. Florida brings out a couple of extra linebackers, and Kevin Mack with his 2nd tackle for loss of this drive. And Charleston will have to punt from their own end zone.
This is crazy, and this is not only have they won the time of possession battle, they're winning the field position battle as well. And what a play. Look at this punt, not favorable either. Florida are going to start further forward than when they punted the ball.
That's crazy. Great point.
No.
Now Blackwell trying to break out the return and help that position even more, and he does. Nicely done by the rookie return man, Justice Blackwell. So it's just a net of 19 yards after the return for Wally Saddle, and that's just such a fantastic point, Mark Lopez. Florida will take over again, further along, 30 yards further into enemy territory than when they last had it.
Yep.
31 yards, in fact, if memory serves. So from the 22-yard line, in a tight game, can this be the difference maker for Florida? 4 on the line, 3 backers for Charleston in this defensive set. Cochran will throw, pump fake, fire right seam, caught inside the 10-yard line, and another first down for Florida. That's Stephen Bush again.
Beautiful 5 receptions right now. And the number 2 receiver tonight for Ron Cochran, Stephen Bush. And just apparently, according to our statistician, unofficially caught almost 100% of his receptions. So just incredible catching overall.
That looked like a Buchanan-Simons play, right? Right down the seam and then cut in between 2 defenders. No chance for Charleston on that play. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. 1st and goal.
Oh, wide
Cochran
open.
Floats, end zone. No,
Oh,
Midson
no.
was there. Did he step out of the back? We may need another look at this one, Mark.
Ooh, that did look like a very close call for him. He did look like, in my opinion, Tim, out of bounds, and they're not going to challenge it.
Also, you win that one, Mark, for sure. No challenge coming from either side there. More than happy to let that one stand. Would have been Minson's first catch of the day. Our first touchdown catch of the day, I should say. Not to be. 2nd and goal now from the 8 in a tie game. Spread 2 receivers out wide. Boletsky alone in the backfield. Cochran short drop over the middle, looking for Zarkov.
Oh.
Not this time. Great coverage by Jack Brown. Maybe in there a little bit early, but again, no flags. 3rd and goal.
And Jack Brown, pretty incredible. We've called his name. He's been everywhere all night or all day this afternoon. He has 5 solo tackles. He has had the pass deflection right now, and he has been a prime defender.
He's got a sack, 5 tackles for loss, 6 pass deflections, and an interception on the season. A regular stat sheet stuffer with a shout-out to Mark Lopez. 3rd and goal from the 8. Cochran under pressure. Down he goes. What a time for Charleston's first sack of the game. Comes on 3rd and goal. Cochran is taken down. John Lally, the rookie, strikes again.
Impressive. And we said that what do you do when your offense stifles out? Well, you got to make the most out of it. It's going to be a question of how you pick yourself back up after falling down. The last offensive drive for Charleston, not too good, but their defense this time around, they really pulled it in, hauled it in for a huge stop.
Lally, get your touchdown stopping drives here. And Ethan Sneed will have to come on to attempt this field goal as we tick down towards 1 minute left in the 3rd. The left-footed kicker from Newport News knocks it through from 30 yards out. He's 2 of 2 today, 17 of 17 on the season. He remains perfect, and Florida goes back ahead by 3. What a game.
Absolutely. Well, the last time we saw Florida score this half, Charleston scores immediately after. So let's see if Charleston can replicate that effort, and I'm pretty sure that they have the ability to do so.
The whole field position battle, to your point, Mark, now twice after Florida has punted, Charleston has given the ball back in short order, either after an interception, right, from Andrew Francis or from a 3-and-out, and Florida has scored immediately on those ensuing possessions. The Storm taking advantage of their opportunities. Taylor trying to get Charleston back out in decent field position, they will start from the 24. Coverage of the Simulation Football League's 17th season on Next Level Sports continues Saturday, September 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with the explosive London Knights facing these Florida Storm, followed by the Mexico City Aztecs visiting desperate rival Fort Worth. Bonus coverage includes rivalry games between Baltimore and Carolina and 2 playoff hopefuls, Louisiana against Los Angeles. It all comes your way next Saturday on Next Level Sports. Keith Swearingen had a tremendous game, his best of the season. You see his numbers there, 173 rushing yards, including 2 big plays that got him about 140 yards combined, 2 touchdowns, just 1 for him there.
And Stephen Blackheart to him came out of the edge very quickly to stop this run because it looked like in the middle, Keith Swearingen had some space, and great tackle right there.
Neither team has ever led by more than 1 possession in this game. 30 seconds left in the third. Charleston down by 3. Drew from the gun looking to throw. Top of the screen looking for Macaro, and it's picked off by Evan Carroll. One of the best quarterbacks in league history strikes again. That's a mismatch, and Carroll exploits it. Florida takes it back.
Interesting. Carroll read that from the moment the receiver started running. The difference is he had his eyes on the ball before the receiver did, and boy, what a play he made.
It's such an interesting setup offensively, Mark, because I think everybody knows that Buchanan Simons is the most explosive receiver that Charleston has, but he's lining up at the bottom of the field, so that means he goes against Ryan Davidson. It's not like Davidson's any slouch, but Evan Carroll is one of the best in the league. He's locked down Ken Macaro in this game. No catches for Macaro. Cochran risky pass. That could have been picked. Should have been picked by Zach Lay. He's been fantastic taking the ball away this season, but not today. Charleston with the opportunity to answer, and it goes by the wayside.
We've had how many tip drills this game? Playing a game
5?
of hot potato. 5? Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't know, something like that. Yes, I mean, and Lay is not able to haul that one in, and neither was anybody else. And so Florida once again survives so many close calls for the Storm in this game. From the 40. Cochran going this way, safer throw that time, and Minson lays out to bring it in. Gain of 5.
Yep, and EJ Minson, look at this. 42 yards and 7 receptions. That's about 6 yards per reception. Not a lot of reception yards. However, it's reliable reception yards. Pass the ball to him. He makes those receptions.
Team leader in receptions and receiving yards entering action today. Now over 600 receiving yards in this week number 9. 3rd and 5. Cochran steps and fires. It's caught again by Zarkov. Wow. And the Shark gets the Storm inside the 20-yard line. His big day continues.
Big day indeed. And another first down by Zarkov. And what a unit. Just runs through 2 people, gets the ball, gets hit down, and hauls it in.
Unbelievable game for Zarkov as he tries to set some new career highs. On to the 4th quarter we go right after this. The SFL presented by APM Music live on Twitch.
What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. Oh my God.
I'm Doug Brown, running back, Mud Dogs. That's Potty, Kicker, Dragons. That's Benny Butcher, DT, Dragons. We the Simpot, the late night SFL podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter.
One more quarter to play from the I in South Florida alongside Mark Lopez. Tim Hackett here with you live from Florida. Dwayne Schindler and Cameron Irvine on hand as well. Thanks for joining us in what's been a killer game between the two teams at the top of the South Division through 8 weeks of season 17. From the 20, Cochran over the middle. Zarkov has another catch and a gain of 9 for the third-year tight end from Pasadena, Maryland, working on a career game.
Yep, Zarkov is playing out of his mind right now with very sure hands. Surely he's going to come away with a huge play. And look at this, prime position to score.
He needed 40 yards today to set a new career high for receiving yards in a season. Check that off the list. On second down, Beletsky gets the give, and he's got another first down. It has been a showcase between these two running backs, Mark. Totally different styles, very different looking seasons, very different stages in their SFL careers, but both of these guys have been great today.
Absolutely impressive showing by them. And I think, Tim, it is inevitable that Florida scores in this drive. The question is, will Charleston allow 6 or 3?
This game has been played within one possession all game. Can Florida expand the lead? Here's Beletsky, an early spin move that time from the bullet, and that time the Predators don't let him get out of the chamber. Jack Brown with a TFL.
Yep, Jack Brown once again with a great tackle right there. Beletsky, an open path in the middle, but Jack Brown saw that open path and just plugged in that chamber, so to speak.
Now Jack Brown in sole possession of 5th place all-time in career tackles, passing the great Espin Rael. Second and goal from the 9. Cochran this way out of the backfield. It's Beletsky. Running room for Beletsky, and he stopped at the goal line. What a play by Zach Lay. That looked like a surefire touchdown from Charlie Beletsky. Not this time, says the third-year safety. Third and goal.
And I was screaming, uh-oh, because that block-in was immaculate. But better defense right there by Lay. You're right. At this position, just hand it to Beletsky, or will they stonewall him?
I have no idea what they're going to do here. Split back set. Cochran will throw. Has time into traffic, and it's picked off with a flag down. Lay's got it in his clutches. Big decision here, Mark. And if this stands, then somehow Charleston will have kept Florida from scoring anything. Here's R62 with the call.
Number 22.
Oh, no.
PI? Yes. Pass interference
no.
against Josh Reese. The interception will come off the board, and Florida has new life again.
That looked like that was this would have been a great play for the defense, especially for Lay. 2 incredible defensive plays. The touchdown saving tackle into the interception, but that is unfortunate. But if you're the defense, you gotta come back up. You gotta show up once again.
Half the distance to the goal and a free first down. Here's Beletsky up the middle. No dice again. Charleston makes another stop.
How about that? This is the second time this game that they've stopped them. And the 2 yards, 1 yard from the end zone.
Brown again leading the pack. He's close to 10 tackles today. Remember, he had only 4 last week. One of the lowest outputs of his career. Forget the season. Second and goal now from the goal line. Again, they'll change the formation. Again, they'll give to Beletsky. Third time's the charm for Charlie Beletsky. Florida finally strikes, and a spike from the bullet. A Storm go up by 9, their largest lead.
Man, the implication of that penalty, Tim, it would have been no points on the board for Florida, or potentially, if that wasn't an interception, just 3 points, but now they've scored 6. Now for 7, and this lead is going to balloon to 10 points potentially.
Charleston was always the underdog in this game, Mark. You see it, Jack's data had Florida favored by 6.5. Our community poll here in the SFL Discord heavily favored Florida. The Storm had 100 more votes, more than 4 times as many votes as the Predators picked up in the community poll, which can be a toss-up, but you can see how much our community favored Florida in this game. It's just a 10-point lead. But with Charleston coming in as the underdogs, I think fairly so, with Florida, of course, being the reigning league runners-up, how many of these close calls can Charleston withstand is my question. They've dealt with so much. 2 drives that have started at their own 3. That interception that was taken away. Florida is so good. They've proved that year after year. They've done it again this year. Charleston needed to overcome a lot. They've gotten 2 big plays from Keith Swearingen. But can this offense do something else now down by 10?
Absolutely, and we talked about different styles of running backs. Keith Swearingen versus Charlie Beletsky. But Keith Swearingen, very dynamic, like lightning in the bottle, so to speak. Twice has lightning struck this game with his 2 huge running touchdowns. Can he muster up the same magic and give Charleston a chance with this much time left?
TD Drew calls an audible. Florida fans in the chat love the call. Charleston contingent not quite as happy. Preds down by 10, their largest deficit. Here's Swearingen, who's broken off 2 runs for touchdowns of longer than 60 yards. Not that time. Stopped in the backfield by Stephen Black and Ryan Tobin. Coverage of the Simulation Football League's 17th season on For the Fans continues next Sunday, September 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will have top 10 plays from Season 17's third quarter, the updated playoff standings, and a mega matchup between the Vancouver Legion and the St. Louis Gladiators with bonus coverage of Charleston against Queen City. It all comes your way next Sunday on For the Fans. Keith Swearingen again the give, again hit in the backfield. That's Eric Hammer again leading the pack. He had just 1 tackle for loss in 8 games this season, Mark. He's got a couple today.
Yep, good showing for him right now, and good defense right there. It's almost predictable now that's going to be handed off to Keith Swearingen based on how he has been playing. And suddenly you're keeping the offense very honest. This throw is going to be pivotal.
3rd and 11, Drew to the air. It's dropped by Buchanan Simons. That's unbelievable. There were 2 Predator receivers there, and a rare drop for the 7th-year wideout. Wally Saddle will have to come on to punt.
Simon's just as disappointed as we are, and he knows it. He has been sure-handed this game all day. And a drop, oh man, that's gotta be painful for him. But you gotta get back up. The defense has got to rise up to the occasion, give their team either a turnover or not allow any yards and not allow any time to be spent.
Blackwell awaits this punt from Wally Saddle. Good punt from Saddle this time, and Blackwell can't even get back to the 40. Mark, I mean, I look at this game, and I didn't think Charleston was like super underdogs or anything like that. Again, our community, 4 times as many people voted for Florida to win this game as they did for Charleston. But if you're the underdog in this game, and I think it was fair to term Charleston the underdogs in this matchup, if you're the underdog, a lot of things have to go your way. You can't start 2 drives from your 3. You can't have your top receiver drop a pass right to him on 3rd and long. You can't have all of those things go against you rather, and still expect to win a game. So Charleston's going to need to come up with something big here. Like you said, decent start for him there. That is a gain of 4 through the air for Noel Kapp, the Florida fullback, his first touch today.
Absolutely agreed on all your points earlier. A lot of things have got to go right for Charleston, but also you got to give credit to Florida being such a great team as they are. They just know the things they have to do right, and they are executing correctly on most of them.
Cochran this way. Minson caught short of the sticks. Congratulations, over betters, by the way. I was not expecting we might say that in this matchup, but we've hit 58 combined points. Florida now covering the spread, if you care about something like that. Minson, that's been where he's living in this game, Mark. 4 to 5 yard gains. Kind of interesting.
It's worked for them. It's been giving them first downs. Well, in this case, very close to a 1.
Very close to 1 indeed. 3rd and down and 1. No surprise. Beletsky the give. No surprise. He gets it done. Needs 1, gets 3. First down, Florida.
And that's the kind of thing why we say that it's so tough to defend Florida, because you know it's coming, but you cannot stop it. That's how good the blocking is, the scheme is, and just the athletic ability of Beletsky is.
Close to 150 total yards of offense for Charlie Beletsky, who averages 105 rushing yards per game. He's topped that in this game, close to setting a new career high in rushing yards in this season, albeit in his 2nd season. Cochran with a bullet, risky pass, swatted away once again. Another danger zone time play for Florida. Stamengo had his hands on that one. 2nd down.
If you're the defense, this is probably the first, or this is going to be the few plays that you want to stop Florida in. You don't want to get them or give them a first down, because you also don't want them to score a field goal at the very least. Keep the score at 10, make it more manageable for your offense.
2 possession deficit for Charleston. The Preds need to stop with 5.5 left in regulation. Cochran tosses it this way. Beletsky with running room. Hit from behind by Jack Brown, but it took him forever to get there, Mark. It felt like 6 seconds came off the clock. That helped Beletsky pick up 9.
And how about basically the threat of the passing game? just showed up right here. Everyone was downfield. Where was everyone? Only Jack Brown was there, and he was only there for after 9 yards has been gained.
TD Drew is stuck in 105 passing yards. I feel like he's been there this whole half. 3rd and 1 now, 5 minutes left in regulation. Again, they go to Boletsky.
my.
Again, he gets the first down. Gets trucked at the end of the run, forced troubles by veteran corner Johnny Bravo. But for the second time this drive, on 3rd and 1, Florida goes to the bullet, and the bullet hits his target.
And more to the bullet, bullet synonyms, bullet metaphor. It looked like he was in bullet time. Everyone was frozen in place because of the incredible blocking.
Somebody sounds like they watched Tenet not too long ago. From the 35, 4:20 left in regulation time. Split backs and a couple of tight ends here for Florida. They snap it at 10. They give again to Boletsky, tripped up. Nice tackle near the line of scrimmage. He still falls forward for a gain of about 4. And I think that was Lally again who was able to lasso him down from behind. Nice, very nice game so far for the rookie defensive end, John Lally.
Yep, he has been playing very well tonight for tackles, as he said, and then the 2 sacks and the 3 TFLs. He has been a very good, powerful staple for this front 4.
Cochran has been more than good enough so far in this game. Quarterback rating 91.5. He's put up 81.5 in his first 8 games, 15th in the league. Here's Boletsky into traffic that time, and a great tackle.
Nice.
Jumping up to make the play is Corey Menner. He's a corner mark, but he's lived around the line of scrimmage in this game.
I mean, when you have such a threat as Boletsky, you got to put more people in front. And that's what they did. That's what Corey Menor was able to do. I feel like we've called his name several times after he has tackled Boletsky, because that's the game plan.
Last week, he had a tackle for loss, 2 pass deflections, and an interception. He's a corner that has been able to do a little bit of everything for Charleston his 3rd year with the team. 3rd and 6, Florida again, not rushing anything. And why would they? Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Again, they give to Boletsky, runs into traffic, taken down at the 30-yard line. Charleston gets the stop that they needed. Great play in the middle by Joseph Cebulka, a name we have not called at all this game, Mark. He's had a quiet year, a very good defensive tackle, 4th-year man from Richmond. His first big play of this game.
Absolutely. First big play for him. An incredible play for this defense overall, because you're keeping this game to a 2-possession score, Tim. 16 points is still manageable in 2 scores. But that's going to put a lot on this offense to actually play huge.
But to your point, this opportunity at least gives the offense a chance. Poor snap, hold down, and the kick from Sneed is good from 46 yards. Ethan Sneed comes through again. He's perfect today, still perfect on the season. Florida extends the lead out to 13.
That's why you got a star kicker. Make those long kicks. Make those long kicks and make them accurately. That is such a very pivotal portion of your offense as well.
He's been perfect today in all phases. That's a pretty long kick from 46. Also a short one from 17 and a mid-range from 30. Give the ball to Ethan Sneed, and even with a bad snap like that, he comes through almost every time. And this season, it has been literally every time. No room on the return for Jay Taylor. His effectiveness has been completely canceled out by the Florida special teams. And with 2:18 left to go, the Preds need 2 touchdowns, and they need them now.
Speaking of no room for error as well for this Charleston offense. They got to keep the ball going. If Keith Surgeon finds an opening for a huge one, sure, go for it. But I think now with this time, they are forced into passing plays like these formations.
Empty set for TD Drew, has been stuck in 105 passing yards for almost half an hour. He will throw it up into traffic. There were 3 Storm defenders there going for Simons. I think Davidson had the first touch. Ryan Tobin there as well. Incomplete. Charleston that time dodges a bullet.
Honestly, I'd like to see them employ some short passing into an out-of-bounds play. Sure, it's going to eat the clock little by little, but it's going to be less risky. And then mix it up to Buchanan for a huge one when you've got the defense comfortable.
TD Drew has completed only 10 passes in this game. 4 of them have gone to Buchanan Simons, 3 to Keith Swearingen, 3 to everyone else. Over the middle, looking for Lyric Da Vinci. That's swatted away by Stephen Black.
Man, when you're forced to this position, you become predictable. And that's what Florida wanted in the first place. This is the position that they've wanted themselves to be in, and Charleston's got to find a way, got to find a miracle somehow.
Fantastic point, Mark. This has turned Charleston into a one-dimensional team. Can their passing game come up big when they need it most? Swearingen returns to the field, 4 wides. The pass from Drew is dropped out of the hands of Lance Dulake. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down anyway, and IB Lurkin living up to the name with pressure on the backup wideout Dulake, 4th down and 10.
That's the second drop in as many drives for Charleston. And if that was a made possession, that would have been 4th and probably shorter. 4th and 3, 4th and 4. I would go for 4th and 4, but 4th and 10. They are definitely they have to go for it. There's no other option for them.
There's no time left. Down by 13. Make or break time for the Preds, trying to secure what would be a signature win. 4th down for Drew. Pass is caught short of the sticks by Da Vinci. Breaks out of the first hit, but not the second one. The Florida defense rises to the task. Andrew Francis puts an end to the run, and he might have just put an end to this game.
The dagger coming in the way of a defensive tackle on 4th down. And they just didn't have enough in their back pocket in terms of, passing plays, and kind of the downfall of heavily relying on your running back is if you're not prepared with your long passes, then you might be, countered that way.
Charleston does have all 3 timeouts and the forthcoming 2-minute warning on which to count, but they do trail by 13. Here is Boletsky trying to ice this game, and he picks up 5 on first down. Another tackle for Lally. 2 minutes left in regulation time. Florida in control at home. This is the SFL live on Twitch. Well, since Keith Swearingen's second touchdown run of longer than 60 yards in this game tied the score at 24, it has been all storm. Here goes Boletsky, and he's just barely taken down before he can get to the first down. That would have sealed the game. Johnny Bravo with the last second tackle, but Mark Lopez with less than 2 minutes left. That Swearingen touchdown made it 24-24. Florida has scored the last 13 points. It's been all storm here in the fourth.
Absolutely, and just incredible offense from Florida. Boletsky, especially the crux of this offense, playing in the passing game, the rushing game, very potent.
Here's Boletsky again on 3rd and 1, and another first down for Charlie Boletsky. To your point, Mark, that is the biggest reason why Florida has been able to salt this game away. How many times in this half has Florida had the ball? 3rd down and 2, 3rd down and 1. They've given it to Boletsky every single time in those situations, and he has come through every single time. Another first down. Charleston uses their second timeout, and it's all academic at this point.
Absolutely.
From the 9, less than 2 minutes to go with the time stopped. Split back set. The give to Boletsky. Accelerates, sidesteps, and a great tackle at the last second by John Stamengo to stop another touchdown from Boletsky. Time stops with 1:48 as the Preds use their final timeout.
You're absolutely correct about this just being academic, the sort of formality that they're going even trying to score on this drive, because even if this is going to be a touchdown in a 3-possession game, that's game over definitely, but it's 16 points after a field goal is still going to be rough for Charleston to overcome.
Do they go for a knee? They do. So Max Paul with the gentlemanly move. Charleston, no way to stop the clock. Cochran will take a knee. He can take one more knee at about the 1 minute mark, and they will still have to run another play. So I think it will just be a bonus extra points for Ethan Sneed at the end of the game. We welcome those of you who are watching Baltimore defeat Jacksonville. The Vultures stay undefeated. Welcome to the other side of Florida, where the Florida Storm lead the Charleston Predators at home, alongside Mark Lopez with Dwayne Schindler and Cameron Irvine. I'm Tim Hackett. The Storm have scored the last 13 straight points. It was a tied game at 24 apiece. The home team now with a commanding lead as they try to keep pace with their lead at the top of the division. Another kneel down for the veteran quarterback Ron Cochran. And here comes Ethan Sneed for his 4th field goal attempt today, Mark.
Very productive is Ethan Sneed. Never missing a field goal today. Hasn't missed one this season. And with 4 field goals in one day, that's going to up his total in this season.
Made his first 15 on the season before today. He's 3 of 3 on this contest. Time ticking out on Charleston. They had the opportunity to pick up a signature win for their new head coach, their new ownership group, as Sneed knocks it through. No surprise, he stays perfect on the season. But Florida just too good down the stretch in this game, Mark. Now 16 unanswered points, and that's the difference in this game, literally. 16.
Yep. Still, I'd say, Tim, it's been a great showing for Charleston.
Yeah.
A little shortcomings towards the end of the game, definitely, especially in the fourth quarter. A lot of times they found themselves in the shadow of their own end zone. That happened twice this game, and those were pivotal. There were some errors as well in the defense. That one pivotal one, I think, Tim, was the penalty on what would have been an interception.
You make a great point, because that ball was in the hands of safety Zach Lay. It ended up being called back because of a PI against fellow safety Josh Reese. So that would have stopped that drive in its tracks. Florida led by 3 at that point. And then a couple of plays later, Charlie Boletsky scores a touchdown. That puts Florida up by 10. And that really was the ultimate difference in the game. Great point.
Absolutely.
What can Charleston do to try to save face? No timeouts left, 20 seconds left. Drew fires over the middle. It's caught by Ken McCarroll. He waits until the 15-second mark to make his first catch of the game, and they get out to midfield. Charleston will come up and spike it.
Or not.
Oh, it took forever.
Finally.
It took 3 seconds to do it. I thought they might pivot out of it as well. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen a fake spike, but not this time. And 7 seconds left for number 7 to try to do something. I feel like that's TD Drew's first pass completion, maybe even of this quarter, Mark.
In a very long while indeed, with all the so many times that they are forced to passing plays, and Florida just deflects them away.
Forced into one right here. Hail Mary formation with 7 seconds left for the Southpaw. TD Drew steps up, and he is taken down. A sack for Alessandro Tomaello, and that's what seals it. Florida scores the final 16 points of the game. The Storm remain in first place in the South. They shut down the upstart Predators. Florida's got its 7th win of the season. The final, Florida 40, Charleston 24.
Yep, congratulations to Florida. That was a great win over a very hungry team in Charleston. Was definitely looking for a statement win for their season. Still, nothing is over for the playoff run for Charleston. At least it's going to be tighter for them. 5-4 is going to be difficult for sure. But what a showing, Tim. What a showing by the offense. Some great plays by the defense.
Really just a little bit of everything in this game from Florida, right? And to go back to your point from right at the beginning of the game, Mark, you're right on it as usual. Time of possession battle in this game. What did you say? Charleston has won every single game in which they've won the time of possession battle. Well, in this game, Florida doubled them up. Twice as much time with the ball than Charleston had. It is difficult to win in a situation like that. And Charleston was right in this for most of the game, despite that lopsided number. And it's a 16-point win at the end of the day for the Storm.
Yep, absolutely. And this is a team that we are going to be on the lookout for. Florida, one of the top teams, if not the top team, definitely arguable with Baltimore. Still loseless, still a perfect record. But this team is definitely, one to watch out for.
The reigning runners-up, they were 10-2 in the regular season, the number 2 seed last year. They're on pace to do that again, 7-2 with 3 weeks of action remaining. Can the Storm win their elusive 4th SFL championship? They are looking like one of the teams to beat, no question about it. Mark Lopez, I think we have a clear answer, but who's your player of the game in this one?
Beletsky, the bullet. He has been firing on all cylinders.
Couldn't agree with you anymore. I think he is the clear choice for player of the game. An honorable mention in the loss to Keith Swearingen, who untracks from a difficult season for the league, a 7th-year league veteran, over 170 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. That's enough to be offensive player of the week in this league on most days, but not today. Charlie Beletsky, your MVP, just south of 200 all-purpose yards and 3 total touchdowns. Florida wins it by 16. Thanks so much for watching. For Dwayne Schindler and Cameron Irvine and my partner Mark Lopez, I've been Tim Hackett. We'll see you next time. So long. We'll send you back to the studios, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green, right after this.